Greetings and salutations and welcome to another edition of the YouTube channel Too Many Plugins and Delta X-Ray. I'm your host Alex. Tonight we're gonna continue with the Ryzen 3 1200 but now in overclock mode. I got it running here on 3.5. The fan increased a little bit but was almost hardly noticeable. The power draw is about 8 watts higher than it was before in a default mode, so without playing any games, just normally. We're 3.5 running over here, the core speed as a base clock, and then turbo core is still enabled, so you can still clock a little bit higher, probably to 3.7 or 3.8 on 1 or 2 cores. So there you go. The Ryzen 3 1200 now in overclock. This chip goes to 3.9. Without even needing to higher the voltage, but it depends a little bit what chip you have. Some chip you have to higher the voltage a little bit, and this one I've left the voltage default, but I don't know if it's going to work with this board. I had another board here of Asus that there it worked really well without hiring the voltage. So now I'm going to experiment and see if we need to hire the voltage here also. Let me by the way also quickly overclock the GPU. I'm not going to change the power target, anything like that. Just leave the power target and the temperature and fan just default. We're going to go to 850 and then 1100 times 4000. That's what we are going for now. So 850, 100 more on the core, and then on the memory 1100, 100 extra. Oh yeah, let me see by the way also we can still do that. I now found also already out how to do that. No, I need to go then to this one. That was monitor. No, we need to go to configurations, on-screen display, monitoring, and then I wanted to see GPU clock, CPU clock. We add this one. And then CPU power, we add this one. I'm not going to show every individual clock, but frame rate, commit charge, CPU usage. We put this one also, so we can get a little bit of idea if there's any bottlenecks going on. That I actually highly doubt, but there you go. Okay, let's go back here to Battlefield 1. That is just load up. So we're still again in the performance metrics of Windows. So CPU run on a base clock of 3.5 now, as you can see, not 3.1. So it's 400 to overclock over here. That's what we are running now in this moment. And then the memory 16 gigs, 2666 memory, and then the GPU. These are the video encoders, 3D, and then a copy, and there's dedicated and shared memory utilization. So we have 2 dedicated and 8 shared. This one can also share of the memory, sort of a hyper memory, like the old GeForce 9500 GTs had and stuff like that. So there you go. I'm still just on a normal slow SSD. I'm not using an NVMe drive over here in this PC. Just a normal 1 terabyte SSD, about 550 transfer speeds. Now we got some more metrics over here. So we got then a whole CPU utilization over here, the whole CPU, everything together, and then individual cores. So like that we get a little bit of a better idea. Than the memory configuration here states of the GPU stayed the same. I just added these ones over here. So there you go. I'm gonna go here again to Fort, hopefully. And what's very interesting, please pay attention to this. So base clock 3.5. And then pay really attention to this over here, the power draw, which is really incredible with this CPU. We need to wait a little bit here in line. And this is running all in overclock, so both the CPU and the graphics card are. I could have actually done it still also. Maybe power draw of the GPU would be actually also really interesting. Let me see if I can quickly do that. That would be actually really cool. Oh, and so GPU memory usage, memory clock. CPU temperature, usage, RAM, frame rate limiters, GPU clock, CPU power. I wanted to see GPU power. Memory clock, CPU temperature. Unfortunately, I cannot do that over here. CPU usage, no. Unfortunately, I don't know why is that, but cannot do that. So there you go. Normally I get really quickly in this server, but tonight it's really full. Yeah, what I wanted to see here was the power consumption of the graphics card, the GPU. That would have been really interesting. It's 750 Ti. This without power, extra power connector. So. This one I think is TDP rated 58 watts or something, and it's also consumes like between 40 to 45 watts normally in gaming. So there you go. Taking ages today over here in the lobby. A little bit, we're already in the end of the round. Game is really loading. So I know that the Quadro K2200 is also very low power consumption, but over here it's now really interesting to see the CPU over here. The modern Ryzen 4500 and 5500 are also very low power consumption parts actually, compared to the 5600 and the 5600X. They almost, some occasions almost consume half or a little bit less than half than the 5500 or 5600 chips, etc., and go higher. So also very low bits. So you see CPU over there about 40 watts. What the CPU is, if you were running the FX CPU, you would be in this moment already running literally on like 95 watts of power consumption. So there you go. By the way, check out, sorry about that, just quickly, forgot what were the last settings. So we're on low on 720p, 1366 by 768. But what's especially incredible, the power consumption over there of that CPU, and then being even overclocked. So imagine when you run it stock. And if you go up to 3.9, it's probably going to consume about 45 to 50 watts of power. Maybe max 55, but it's never going to be really more. So there you go.
We have lost objective butter.
So yeah, that's a very impressive power consumption in overclock. I saw it already doing just on the desktop, just doing simple desktop things, and on the internet watching a video. I've seen this chip running in 25 watts. So you need to always take that with a grain of salt. These kinds of monitoring solutions come from motherboards, but you know, all things considered, really not so bad, you know.
We are losing objective apples.
Sieht's mit Befehlen aus?
So yeah, it's just 40 watts on overclock, which is really impressive.
Granate raus!
So yeah, but that power consumption is really impressive, man. I will then tomorrow again try this again all in stock and see if I can get also the monitoring going for the power consumption of the graphics card. But that CPU is really impressive, the power consumption. 40 watts. This is the first generation of Ryzen, so you know, with modern chips or even with more cores, oh, just throw it inside over there, or even more efficient than this. Oh my god. Oh, I'm now all of a sudden a squad leader. Oh my god. So yeah, impressive power consumption. And that's what I meant. I always like to keep this one on 3.5 because it's really the sweet spot for this CPU 3.5. I still got them. Yeah, it's really the sweet spot, you know, for not going up also in van noise and in power consumption. 3.5, 40 watts is absolutely brilliant. And also, you listen to van go up a little bit, but it's almost nothing. It's really low. So there you go. I'm gone. Medic. Yeah, but as you can see, the CPU over here all the time hitting 100. So even this game, look to those 4 CPUs over there all the time hitting 90, 95 and stuff. So, you know, yeah, it is. We are still a little bit bottlenecked here by the CPU. We really are, you know. Where is that sentry kid? Go and get it. Yeah, we are a little bit CPU limited over here. Yeah, 80, 90 all the time running. Yeah. It is, yeah, a little bit of a bottleneck still. This one is taking all the... Oh my god. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a bottleneck still, you know. With a little bit of overclock more on 3.8, 3.9, you could get this a little bit lower over here, the CPU utilization. But yeah, it is here completely taxing now all the cores, but then also streaming at the same time. So there you go.
Ich werfe eine Granate! Ich werfe eine Granate! Vorsicht! Schick dir eine Granate!
We have lost objective butter.
So yeah, the old Battlefield 1 is still capable of, yeah, it's basically a neck over here, you know. It's not really bottlenecking because of this low-end graphics card also, you know, that... well, it's not a low-end graphics card, but it's an older graphics card, so, you know, we are actually here, basically, yes, we're hitting 100 sometimes, as you can see over here, but, you know, it's probably even still quite balanced, this.
Alles Sprengsätze in Position!
All things considered. But yeah, it's hitting 100. We are here a little bit bottleneck. So this graphics card is actually, yeah, it's a bottleneck basically. The GPU is also running all the time on 98%, so you know. Holy moly, I don't have any more. So yeah, it is a little bit of a, yeah, a bottleneck, both of it actually. It's just, you look at the percentage of GPU utilization and CPU, they're almost neck and neck. They're all the time 98, 100, so yeah. My God.
We've taken objective Edward.
Yeah, power consumption is really incredibly low. And keep also in mind that we're also here in the same moment recording in OBS and then streaming onto two channels at the same time. Keep that also in mind over here. But yeah, it's basically they are sort of a good match actually. Everything is running all the time, 98, 90, you know. They are both a bottleneck. The CPU and this graphics card are actually very well matched. And again, in overclock, the fan went hardly up. You could listen it a little bit when I rebooted after I overclocked it, but it was almost nothing. There was really nothing almost between it. A little increase, but so low that you hardly notice it. It was that I was paying attention on purpose, otherwise I wouldn't even have noticed it. Now the next map being also a little bit less intense, this one. Fort de Vaux is a little bit of intense. This one is a little bit lighter. So yeah, the old battlefield with Windows 10 can actually, yeah, still be quite demanding, all of it together. Yeah, I see that it's a little bit lower, the CPU utilization on this map. A little bit lower. But it plays.
Wir müssen das Ziel erobern.
It really plays. And then for me the most crazy thing is the CPU utilization. And then consider that Zen 3 is way more efficient than this, but way more. So if you have a lower end like the 5500, the 4500 I wouldn't buy because that's actually based still on Zen 2. But that's then the 4500. That sounds like Zen 3, but it's not. The 4500 is based on Zen 2 and Zen 3 architecture, so where 2000 and 3000 Ryzen are based on. But if you take Zen 5000, even more refined, then you have even a way lower power consumption than this. But this one, often considered, all things considered, is actually really quite efficient still. Especially if you compare it to FX. FX is extremely power hungry. We're not talking about TDP, but really power consumption. TDP automatically also is high, but you know, power consumption is way higher, you know. While, for example, it has the same TDP, thermal dissipation power, the FX has, then this is way more efficient.
Verbindlichsten Dank.
Getting a little bit distracted over here. Oh my God. Hey, I got shot out of the air with a cannon. So yeah, impressive results over here. For a 4-core chip. So you can get some more frames of it and lower that CPU utilization, maybe clock it over to 3.8 or 3.9. But I don't think it's going to be so much between that, to be very honest.
We have taken objective apples.
Ich werfe eine Granate. Hier ist eine Granate. Granate ist raus, aufpassen!
We have lost objective apples.
Ziele in der Hand des Feindes! Zurückerobern!
Okay, go and do
Wir müssen
something.
das Ziel erobern!
Okay, getting already a little bit the feel for this frame rate and this mouse. Oh. What for me keeps on being the most impressive is that power consumption of that CPU. It's really, really incredible. By the way, the graphics card is also again in overclock, just at the same time. Oh my god, they're over there. I saw occasionally the CPU hitting 100 when the graphics card is just constantly standing in the 100. It's just 100% being utilized in this moment, the graphics card. And yeah, the CPU sometimes hitting also quickly 100. So, especially in the other map, for the Vaux. So yeah, yeah, it's just still a little bit of a bottleneck here and there. It could do with a quicker CPU. It really could do with, oh my god, with a quicker CPU. Would help. So the old 2016, November 2016 Battlefield is still quite demanding. Keep also in mind that Windows 10 also over the years got way more heavy in RAM utilization and stuff like that. Compared to when this game came out, was probably Windows 7, Windows 8, 8.1 or something. Keep that in mind also. GPU's temperature also keeps on being 70, 72. Yeah, and then memory 1.8 again. It's all the time the 250 there for the streaming, for OBS and all of that together. And we are streaming in 60 frames per second, also very taxing on the system. So, all things considered, you have to see that also. If you're not streaming yourself using NVEC encoders and OBS, then you would probably get even a better frame rate than this. I'm also really going just for all the time looking for numbers over there. Today I'm not really so much into playing. I'm really looking for numbers. I think they're really good balanced actually. Start over there for a moment, hit it 100% the CPUs. So yeah. It could do with a little bit of a faster CPU or a higher clock speed on it to 3.8. Oh my god, what was that? Factory, the old drum. But to be saying it's really a bottleneck, I don't really agree. I think they're very, very well balanced. To say that one or the other is a bottleneck, I think that actually they're really good balanced. Both CPU and GPU together like this.
sofort einen Sanitäter!
We have lost objective butter.
You run away already. And you see the RAM that 8 gigs today already not enough anymore for gaming like this. And see the kind of resolution we are running in low and in 720p only. So yeah, a little bit of a bottleneck, yeah. A Ryzen 4500 or 5500 6-core 12 thread, you would have here way better experience on CPU hit. But then still, now we're gonna go. Sorry about that, but now we're gonna go to. Oh, I'm being already shot from there. Now we're gonna go to advanced settings. We'll go to medium, 720p. HDR is on 0 on medium, and then the 720p 1366 by 768. So that would stay the same. Now we go to medium, and now we'll see how that CPU is gonna behave. But I think it's gonna behave exactly the same.
We are losing objective Charlie.
Yeah, I'm really distracted. I'm all the time wanting to see the numbers over here, you know. Would like to have actually just a graph that could during my gameplay. I don't know how to do that exactly, but it records during gameplay.
Charlie.
That you can just afterwards see all these graphs, these lines with power consumption and CPU utilization and stuff like that. So I don't need to be all the time looking at this. So this is in medium graphics now. The rest same settings. Power consumption stays the same also, and then yeah, CPU utilization is actually the same.
We have taken objective Duff.
Thought it would be a little bit affected by it, but no, it's the same.
Das Ziel da! Erobern!
See that only now we're just having that console experience again, 29, 30, 31 frames. Sometimes jumping a little bit high. You see that? But then it gets so choppy that when you get these interactions with enemies, you get this these micro stutters going on. Yeah, in CPU utilization it's exactly the same. So yeah, there's not really much between low and medium if it concerns CPU over here. But it could do with a little bit of a faster or with more threaded CPU. Yeah. Still, I'm impressed by this performance, by the way, of this lonely quad core. And especially the power consumption.
Granate raus! Granate ist raus! Köpfe runter!
We are losing objective Edward.
Okay, going back now again to excuse me, same numbers. So that doesn't really matter, the CPU, if it concerns that. Back to low. Seems actually even that in low, it's actually higher CPU utilization for some weird reason. You see that or not? In medium, it had... okay, in medium maybe... Then in medium, yeah, that makes maybe sense, yeah. In medium, the CPU utilization was lower than in low settings. So yeah, there's really a bottleneck going on over here, to be very honest. Yeah, that's a little bit of a bottleneck. There was a small lag over there. A little bit of latency with detonating the dynamite. I could still detonate it and I was already dead.
Aufpassen, Granate raus! Ich schick dir eine Granate. Granate ist raus, Horn zu!
Haha, nice one. Yeah, power draw is really impressive. Considering 42 watts, never higher in overclock. So without overclock, you can imagine how low this power draw is of this chip. It's really incredible. But yeah, it's definitely a... so in medium we have lower CPU utilization than we have in low settings. That means that is really a bottleneck over there. So in medium the graphics card is already bottlenecking the CPU. That's why we have in medium settings we have less CPU utilization than we have in low settings. We have in low settings a higher CPU utilization. Because the graphics card is bottlenecking it. That's basically it. So there you go.
Ich werf dir Granate.
Holy moly, sorry dude.
We are losing objective butter.
Vorsicht, Jungs, ich werf eine Granate. Ich werf eine Granate, aufpassen!
We have lost objective butter.
Dynamit ist bereit! Sprengladung bereit!
Oh. Holy moly. There was one over here sneaking around over here. You can still find him. Oh, there he was.
We have taken objective Duff. We have taken objective apples.
Yeah, but then also a little bit normal also that this workstation card is bottlenecking that. It's way older than this CPU, you know. It's really not that weird, to be very honest. Oh my god! I blew up myself. Nice one. Completely distracted by looking at these numbers. But yeah. Really dead.
Ich werf eine Granate! Vorsicht jetzt! Ich werf eine Granate! Granate raus!
Yeah, a little bit of lag over there. Could still detonate the dynamite, and I was already dead. So yeah, in this case, you cannot really talk. You can talk about a bottleneck on the GPU, but this system is quite balanced like this, actually, all things considered.
Eine Granate. Ich schick dir eine Granate.
Still got him. Come on, survive, survive.
A flame trooper kit is available near your location.
So if you're happy with this frame rate on low settings, then you actually, even recording like this, I'm quite impressed still, all things considered. For also seeing the price, you can pick up these GPUs and these motherboards and these CPUs and these graphics cards, you know. You need to see that also, how cheap that they are, you know. So yeah, as a cheap combo system like this, you can get yourself actually really a really cool.
Passen, Granate raus! Granate ist raus, Horn zu! Granate raus!
Over there.
Herzlichen Dank.
Yeah, good stuff. So yeah, for £10, you know, a CPU, you know, like that.
We have taken objective Charlie.
Nice one, I killed myself also. Medic! And then continue being extremely silent. I cannot even listen that this PC got overclocked. I really can't. Medic. Yeah, this Ryzen 3 1200 really wants to be overclocked. And for me, keeps on being the sweet spot is that 3.5. That's the sweet spot with these CPUs. It really is. More medic. Come on, guys. Go away, man.
Aufpassen, Granate raus! Granate ist raus, Kämpfe runter! Ich hab eine Granate!
Come on, guys. He went straight out there, you saw that? Son of a bitch. Lol. Playable. Glory, glory. Come on.
We are losing objective Charlie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically, we got a 100% CPU hit, we got. Fantastic.
We are winning.
Make sure everybody's gone over here. Let's go here. Oh! More medic.
Objective Duff.
Yeah, it's almost the end of the round, but this was a cool test, to be very honest. With all numbers and graphs there, so finally we get a little bit of an idea, you can see here. But I keep on saying, this is actually a quite balanced system, all things considered. But yeah, with a graphics card in it, you will get a... Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, medic, 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 medic. Ah, he's dead. Oh, you see that? 100% CPU hit? Yeah, we're really hitting it. Okay guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a little bit of a Battlefield 1 on the overclocked Ryzen 3 1200 and then the Radeon W600 Firepro card with 2 gigs of VRAM, all in overclock. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Here were some numbers. Until the next time, stay safe, take care. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you in the next video. Cheers and beers.